Hi guys, Resmatrez here. Today, instead of doing the 2 hardest weekly HVTs in separate videos, I'm just going to do the hardest one, and I'm going to explain the build that I used to do it. I think this is the best build for high-level PvE content, anything challenge level or higher. The specific version I'm going to show you is for solo only, since the talents and skills used are really only good when running solo, but this can also be adapted for group play with a few minor changes. It won't work in PvP, it will suck in the Dark Zone, it will suck against non-elites. In fact, the purple veterans will actually be harder to fight than elites are. So keep that in mind, this is a really specific focused build. Also, my build's not perfect, I don't have everything maxed out, or even the specific pieces I would choose to run if I had them, but I'm close enough to demonstrate how good it is, and how good it could be once it's min-maxed. So, the first key to fighting elite level enemies when solo is staying alive. The first thing you need to do that is have a high enough toughness. It doesn't have to be ridiculously high though. Around 400k is high enough. I'm only at 392. That by itself doesn't get you there though. So this is where gear attributes come into play. The specific attribute to keep you alive when fighting elites is called Protection from Elites. Now this can be a major on some pieces, but you want to stack it a lot higher than just the majors, so you need to take advantage of the gear sets that have it. Specifically, you're going to need to run 3-piece final measure, which gives you 15% protection from elites, and you're going to need to run 2 pieces of defense, which gives you another 15% protection from elites. Just that is 30% total protection from elites, since that's an additive stat. That means that you're already only taking 70% as much damage when fighting elites, which basically turns your 400,000 toughness into 571,000. So moving on to the armor pieces. On your chest, you're going to want health as a major. I'd like to get it higher than 16,000, but that's not a bad roll. Basically, health can get you an extra 30,000 toughness, roughly. You will also want protection from elites here. This maxes out at 4%, which by itself wouldn't be great, but since we already have 30, and that's now taking it to 34, that's 4% of 70, not 4% of 100. So it boosts your toughness from that 571 all the way up to 606, which is more than even that health boost gives you. Again, only when fighting elites. Another option you could put here instead of one of these is enemy armor damage. I prefer to put damage on the other pieces because the armor damage on this piece is a pretty low max. For a miner, I prefer ammo, but if you don't have a problem with ammo, go ahead and put the XP. On your mask, you don't get any options. The only things you can have are enemy armor damage in the major slot and damage to elites in the minor slot. Armor damage maxes out at 8%, I'm not quite there. Damage to elites maxes out at 10%, I'm not quite, at 11%. And I'm not quite there. But that gives you roughly 19% extra damage against elites just for having that on your mask. On your knees, you probably want to go with health for the mate. This can get you 27,000 extra toughness or so, while the protection from elites max would only get you about 18,000. Either are viable though. Enemy armor damage on the knee pads is really too small to take that over a keep you alive type attribute. On the other hand, for miners, you absolutely need to have the damage to elites. This maxes out at 15%, which is a ton more damage. The rest of the miners should be resistances, but if you prefer XP so you can get your caches faster, go ahead and use that. On your pack, the major attribute should probably be health. You can only get about 23k toughness out of this, given where our armor levels are now, so skill power is another option here. For the miner, choose ammo or resistance. Only choose ammo if ammo is a problem for you. But resistances don't really play a large role in this game, so I usually pick ammo. Now on gloves, I am totally not optimized. This is not what I would choose to run if I had the option. You don't need 4 pieces of final measure. So I would probably choose Savage Gloves here. Give you a little bit extra damage. But for the major attributes, you should have the weapon of choice. In my case, I use LMG since my Pecan is the primary weapon I use. And then I use crit chance and crit damage only because I can't roll the crit damage away. Another option here would be to go crit chance and enemy armor damage, or crit damage and enemy armor damage, or on the gloves where you can roll skill haste, go ahead and roll that instead. It goes up to 9% on gloves, which helps your skills recharge a lot faster. I'm still looking for a good piece here to use, but I don't have it yet. On your holster, I use health. Doesn't roll very high on the holster, but the other things don't roll very high either. The other two options you could use here are skill haste. I think that goes up to 7% on holsters, or reload speed, which actually goes fairly high. Reload speed is quite powerful, but I wouldn't use it unless reloads are getting you killed. You can usually just take cover or run away to make your reload, so wasting that slot on reloads, I would probably not shoot. Skill haste is probably the choice I would make, although right now I'm still running with health. As for the gun, Ferocious is the best talent for elites, since it's 10% extra damage against elites. The problem is it has a very high electronics requirement, which I don't meet, and you probably don't meet either unless you're a skill specialist. Given that, I choose to run Predatory on the Pecan. Predatory, this one keeps you alive, keeps you healing without using your skills, since again I'm low skill power. I use Brutal, since headshot damage is a great damage skill, and this is a Pecan, so it's got the built-in Pecan talent. If I was not running a named weapon, I would probably put Destructive for the extra slot. For talents, I like to run Steady Hands, which turns your gun into a laser after you enter cover, reduce recoil for 10 seconds. I like to run On the Move, which keeps your incoming damage down as long as you keep killing things and moving. I like to run Precision, which basically gives you a low-level pulse whenever you headshot someone, so if your pulse is down, this lets you pulse one guy at a lower level. And I like to run One is None, which gives you extra ammo when you're making headshots, and since I run Brutal, I'm always aiming for headshots. As for gear mods, basically what I've done is I'm using stamina plus health mods on everything up until I get my toughness into this range, and then I switch to electronics plus skill power, since I am going to need my skills a little bit, and under 100,000 is too weak. For performance mods, everything is currently on pulse duration. My pulse duration is fairly low, again because of the skill power. For actual skills, though, I run Overdose, the Overdose version of First Aid, and I actually have started running the Recon Pack version of Pulse. It has the same duration, it has a much faster recharge, and its crit chance is actually higher than Tactical Scanner, while its damage is a little bit lower. But that recharge time is what makes the difference for me. So, I'd recommend you try Recon Pack if you've never tried it. I think it may actually be the best pulse if your skill power is in the same range as mine. Alright. Having gone through my stats,
hey, Agent. I just don't have any time.
Let's jump in and do Nickel. And I'll show you how well it works. Hopefully I don't die and look like a complete idiot.
I can't wait to put my feet up and take a break. This patrol has been brutal.
Of course that fast travel is locked since I've never done that on this character.
You are now entering a safe area.
Here we go!
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
See, we're putting out tons of damage. And we can actually take quite a few hits. That would be much of a problem.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
I guess when we're fighting these grenadiers, that final measure actually can help a little bit for peace, since I get to eat a grenade every 10 seconds.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
The Pecan is still a little bit bugged. That extra ammo number is still based on your full-size mag, but what you actually get isn't. It seems to count up sometimes when you haven't actually gotten a kill. A few headshots to one of those shotgunners and they just dropped like a sack of potatoes.
Where do y'all stand over there?
Hostiles incoming.
I'm gonna make them come get me. There goes my recovery link. I was a little overly aggressive.
Alert. Additional hostiles inbound.
You see, no letting up, and then they run away. That was interesting. Go. You can do this all day, asshole.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected. Alert.
Even
Heavily armored
then,
hostile detected.
That one. I'm bleeding, but it's letting me run anyways. Must be a new change. Predatory still triggers when you blow up a turret. Need more ammo. Let's retreat just a little bit here. Uh-oh. Have to do the loop. Really need to focus on one, take them out, because continuing to fight all four is eventually going to result in losing. Is that not triggering? We'll shoot you in the feet if that's all you show me. Let's go to the 10. There we go, 1 down. Now this won't be a problem. 2 down. Now we can get a little aggressive with them. Face them around instead of the other way. A little low on ammo. Oh shit. It's a turret back here. Well, we'll take that out. Grab that ammo just cause. Kind of playing around a little bit now. Probably shouldn't be. Bye, Geneva.
High value target has
And see you, Nickel. So we're done. I got a little too aggressive and had to use recovery link once, but you can see how many hits I take with not that much actual damage to my character. So that's why I really like this build. If you've never given it a try, I'd go ahead and try it. It lets you solo challenge missions and challenge underground quite easily. These HVTs, some of them are easy, some of them are a little harder. This one's one of the slightly harder ones, but it's certainly doable. Legendary, you're not going to solo. I mean, maybe you could figure out a way to do it, but I haven't yet, so I would recommend against that. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you next week, and hopefully I'll figure out why my video says it's 45 minutes long. I have not been recording that long. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.